So I'm not taking any like messages right now. This message is the people that's using these weapons. So me and my son go downstairs to for where we at, and what I've been trying not to do, because then this is when they get mad and they start to pick fights with us. So my son go down there. We go down there to see the housing worker, and they down there using weapons of mass destruction, direct energy weapons, 5G direct energy weapons on my son's ass. Okay, they are trying to have him cause to have cancer. This is what they've been doing to black men. Talked about, oh, we gotta um, do a viscostomy or whatever. What is it? Colonoscopy. Yeah, on the men when they at the ages of 33 now, because they know that they've been burning our men. So my dad got cancer, his brother got cancer, his other brother got cancer. I think all four of them got cancer. They all got the cancer in the what is it called? Y'all know what I'm talking about, the men cancer. I forgot what it's called, colon cancer or something like that. It's something else. It's something else that's connected to you guys' penis. So that's what they do. So they give you that cancer, and then when you get it, they got to go in there and take everything out. And then whatever they go in there and take out, they mess up um, your penis. You can never really utilize your penis. You can't use it again after that. You know what I'm saying? Then so they're burning my son with these weapons here. This is I'm worried about him getting cancer. Both of us really, because they be frying my chest or whatever, and they be frying up under my arm and frying my chest. And so you're gonna have to go back. You're gonna have to go back. You just go back when he's ready. And then no. You're gonna go back because if we just won't be back. Another day. Well, not yeah. You go back another day, but we going back. Another day. Well, yeah, we just hop in. We'll just pop in. I had to get the. I know. That's why I told you to let's go. He, if you can't read that, I don't know. Rashawn. Rise and Burns. What the fuck? So they said Rise and Burns because his on, and people mispronounce his name because they don't know how to spell or read. They use Ryzen a lot, so quote unquote Ryzen Burns. So he left us sitting there while my son, and we don't know what they put in that chair, because if they knew both of us was coming down there, why they only had one chair? So the other guy is working there too. He's a whole fed. So both of them could have been doing it. You know what I'm saying? They both are terrorists. That's my, ideology of it. I just know that they're both terrorists. So you guys, RFK is trying to take all these weapons from around here, and you guys won't be using those weapons no more. Hey, yeah, you guys won't be using these weapons no more on us. Like, no time soon, nowhere close, or anything like that. But we don't know how it's gonna really go down. You know what I mean? He's part of LGBTQ. Yeah, he's a part of the LGBTQ. Excuse me, y'all gotta sneeze. Excuse me. So, um, hey, thank you. How y'all doing? I just got on here just to vent for a minute because everything is being targeted towards my son, and they're using these weapons. So the Department of Defense, a lot of people took these contracts and they're up against it. You know what I mean? Like, it's really sad that you guys out here took these contracts and you guys is burning and frying your own people. I just don't understand it. I mean, I know that there's a lot of Satanism. Look at that. What is that's going on? But at the same time, I mean, people do have brains, and you can really, utilize your brain and be like, you know what I'm doing is been doing this shit for a long time. And so you might as well just give it up, because you're not going to be getting those Department of Defense contracts no more. They finna check into a lot of these contractors that's doing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So now that I've been talking about it on my platform, is getting around that the Department of Defense is giving out contracts to civilians, which they should never do that again in history. I don't think that that should ever be done in history. You know what I mean? And so earlier, I'm just talking about these weapons and the acoustic noises that they're using on us. So um, damn near my son ass is like damn near bleeding or whatever it seemed like, because we don't even know what they might have hit on with 7G. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is some real shit that's going down. You know what I mean? Some real terrorism shit. Like, that's really going down. And if anything happened to my son, it's that White House. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because they know about these contracts. And it's the Walmart family. It is the Rock, uh, BlackRock, because they all affiliated together. So earlier we go out, we wait for the Uber to come, and I've had this happen before, just recently in the past, where they are using this acoustic noise saying "You are dead, bitch. You's a dead bitch. You's a dead bitch." And so that is the 1972 Noise Pollution Act, but I know that it's the FBI and it's the police, because that's who, when they did my investigation in my documents, that's what would say where the harassment is coming from, because I'm a targeted individual, right? So the police came out, hi, and I was like, wow, um, that's crazy, because I said, wait a minute. I seen the police come out. I said, that was the police. And they were like, me and my son was like, yeah, that is. Um, just the whole 702 FISA foreign intelligence surveillance prism. Um, so the police come out, and he do his little gang stalking with the noise acoustic harassment with the 750 hertz use a dead bitch. And I thought I heard it, because he was like, use a dead bitch, use a dead bitch. Because they was doing this when I was in Las Vegas. They was doing this when I was in North Carolina. So they're using the acoustic sound off of these Wi-Fi towers. So anyways, RFK, I well, I got the FCC, they already know, because my crime analyst, talked to F. We got our letters and everything, our documentation, so it's on paper, baby. Anything that I do is on paper. Um, we're talking about 702 FISA, so it's a terrorist regime. It's a covert program that's been nationally developed by the deep state. And so the FBI got in on this, and they were like, I already know it's going to be some bad stuff, right? Hey, y'all. So, anyways, um, but what happens is that, nobody wants to help us, because they already know that what's going on. This is up under investigation. And, a lot of people, they want me and my son to die from this 5G direct energy weapons, but they can't kill us, because if they kill us, then they don't know that the FBI is well, they already know. So the FBI is a terrorist organization, and so is the police a terrorist organization. The fire department is a terrorist organization, and a lot of the NGOs, nonprofit organizations, are terrorist organizations that took money from away from the homeless to just take money and barely help the homeless. And so also to promote communism. Um, and, you know, this is just, we're fighting for our lives right now. I think everybody in the United States of America, we all fighting. Hey, we fighting right now for our lives. And so I'm fighting for me and my son life or whatever, but y'all got to stop burning my motherfucking son with those weapons, because like I said, I'm taking the kids and the women down first. Okay, the kids, unfortunately, you guys won't be able to get on that Wi-Fi. So Miss Anna Luna, you gonna have to fix it to where them kids ain't gonna be able to get on Wi-Fi at all. Like, I feel bad for my grandgirls and my grandson, but they will not be on that Wi-Fi if they're gonna be using these weapons. And the kids that were using the weapons, that the parents just loosely let them use weapons on the public. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they wouldn't get in trouble or whatever. And you know, I feel bad for the parents, because these kids is gonna let these parents have it. When they wake up, you guys is gonna be these kids is finna get on y'all ass. These kids is finna really get into y'all ass, because y'all took these Department of Defense contracts to be, flossing on that internet. and to protect that internet and to guard that internet, but you guys should have never did that because did nobody tell y'all to do no shit like that, and then gave the civilians all these weapons or whatever. So, my theory on that is that, I don't think that another civilian should ever, a movie everyone should see. Let me see. Shoot. Coming to America. that was that's the only thing I could think of. Coming to America. It was funny. Hey Jesse, 901 Jesse, what's up? Yeah, so I'm talking about these terrorists because I'm breaking down barriers. Yeah, I remember you, 901 Jesse. What's up, man? Yeah, I'm breaking down barriers because you know I have to tell my story, because if I don't tell my story, I mean, I think everybody right now with this Epstein stuff going on, and everything is just hit. When this regime came together, all the churches came together. They took weapon contracts, Department of Defense contracts. They're in trouble for domestic terrorism. These churches, because they was taking the nonprofit money. They're nonprofit NGOs. And they was taking this money and just, I don't know what they was doing with it. You know what I mean? But a lot of the churches wasn't even helping with food or anything like that. I mean, all this money was supposed to be um for the homeless, you know. Anyways, when y'all said that sub, I was so mad that day. I was like, what's a sub? I was so mad because somebody was saying derogatory words towards me, and we know what the N word is, and I just lost it and I really got upset. So I was like, what's a sub? Yes, you did. Thank you. I remember because I don't get on here that often, so I do remember. But they trying to kill my son, and like I said, that White House gonna be the Black House if son get cancer at this early age, and if I get cancer, because lots of times I feel my breasts are burning, my underarms is burning because they're trying to give me cancer. I've already had to go get fluid out of my breast, okay, and I know that my breasts are not supposed to feel the way that they feel right now. You know what I mean? Because of this radiation and this 5G direct energy weapons that they putting on us. It's just like people don't realize that this is hurting everybody. It's not just hurting just one person. So don't think that you're gonna get away. Anybody that's using it, that you gonna be out of it. No, you hurting yourself, because when you're using this weapon, you may not feel it like we feel it, but on you. You know what I mean? So, anyways, we get in the Uber after hearing the police, say "use a dead bitch, use a dead bitch," and then we go and to the doctor or whatever, and then the doctor, he's not there, he's hiding from us. Then we go to his other clinic. Now they tell us at the other clinic, well, we don't take your insurance, you gotta pay. And so I was just like, okay, this is all set up by the feds. So another thing is, somebody been playing with my Wi-Fi in here, and one more thing, they've been playing my Wi-Fi in here. The T-Mobile took my money and ripped me off. I'm on a prepaid account. They just took my money and just ripped me off and just said, well, you paid for, when your cycle was changing, you paid for the day of that your cycle was changing. I'm supposed to pay the day before, not at the day of. Even if I upgrade it, does not mean that you take my 50 something dollars and just pocket it and say, oh, well, then, you got to wait 7 to 10 days. So now I'm over here with spotty Wi-Fi. So this is why I got to stay in one spot. I'm over here with spotty Wi-Fi. They play with my Wi-Fi all night long. And like I said, this place that I'm in, I know that there's contractors in here that took Department of Defense contract weapons and stuff like that. Because when we went downstairs to our meeting, they was burning my son's ass. And he was like, whoa, mom, I got to look at my ass, because he really thinks that they may have, I mean, he might be bleeding back there or something. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This could just give us straight up pure cancer. It's the military fault. It's the Pentagon's fault. And it's the people that put me in this program fault. And I know who it is. And they put me in this program so they can rape and human traffic me and my son. And because we didn't want to go with them, they're trying to kill us. And so this is all about human trafficking. All about it. So, anyways, I'm gonna get ready to go because I don't really feel good today about this situation with all the havoc. They just want me to like get weak, and I'm not a weak person, and I'm gonna keep going because I got too much stuff. I got too much to lose. I got something to accomplish. I got some things I got to accomplish here. And even with all the noise, they got the firemen chasing after me. I go inside the store. You got the firemen pulling up on me and my son. They running inside the store because they know we got all these satellites and we're being seen. This is one of the biggest investigations in history. I go to the CVS. I got the police, and I know they have to watch me. But one thing is, they're all watching me to burn me. They're all watching me to hit me with 5G direct energy weapons. Okay? This is what they're doing. So if I like, not decide, but if I fall out or something like that, the ambulance in the fire department is there to just pick up my body and they're going to just kill me. They're not going to just be like, they're going to be like, oh, well, she's dead. It's not going to be like, oh, well, she just got hurt. No, they're going to smother me, kill me, give me a shot in the back of. I've been seeing shit like this lately, and I know what's going on. I'm not no dummy, okay? So they finna get you guys with them chemtrails with the garden planes too that be flying over us. What happened was one of the high-ranking officers, he didn't know what he was really talking about, but all that shit is killer poison up in the sky that's blocking the sun. I don't understand why they want to block the sun when that's our natural resource. I don't understand that. You messing with the food, you messing with the environment, you messing with our whole natural habitat as human beings. I don't understand. This is some sick ass motherfucking shit. Excuse my language. But as I, go on, is about the army sergeant or whoever he was, a high-ranking army military person. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about all the way. It's not like he really knows what he's talking about. I mean, some of the stuff he's like, well, this is the chemtrail when it dissipates itself and it's way up in the air and you don't see it no more. So I don't know how to break it down. I'm not a scientist, but what happens is he's saying that they're looking into it and it's going to stop. Them you know, poisoning us with these poison metals and gas and stuff like that. Like they're just spraying us like roaches. So he said that they did take Department of Defense contracts and the military gave businesses, the airplanes, Garland planes, the private contractors, contracts to do this. And so they're wrong. They're wrong for that. So, anyways, I'm going to let y'all go, but thank you for listening, okay? Peace. Just pray for my son, okay?